Okay, this is a video about Belviq Works. This is Belviq Works 2. I started out at 220 pounds. I'm in my late 40s. I exercise a lot, but even though I was cycling 100 miles or more a week, I was continuing to gain weight because basically I just really, really like to eat. And that's a common problem. But anyway, um, got on Belviq. I went from 220 to 184.7 this morning. My goal is 175 to 180. I keep lowering it because I basically didn't think I could get this thin. I've always exercised, but I was fat and fit, and being skinny and fit is much better. You sleep better. Everything works better, guys. Everything. Trust me on this one. I finished out my Belviq. I've given my wife my remaining amount, or I'm going to after I clear it with my doctor. She's taking the exact same medicine, even the milligram. If he okays it, I'm just going to give it to her. If not, I don't know. Flush it down the toilet. But anyway, um, she's lost 14 pounds in 2.5 weeks. And as a percentage, since she weighs so much less than I do, um, it seems to be working better with her. And I've also added a app on my Android phone called Livestrong, and it really works. It works as good as Belviq, but Belviq did get the ball rolling. And the problem with people, generally speaking, is that we eat without really thinking about what we're eating, and you don't have to. Diets just don't work where you torture yourself. Eat what you want, but keep track of what you eat. And if you like the other night, I went over by 200 calories. Not a big deal. Don't think I would have lost or gained weight because I was at 1800 at the time. That's how much I have to. It was like 1839. That's how many calories I have to intake every day to lose weight with no exercise. But with a little exercise, you can increase the amount of calories you can intake. Like when I ride 38 miles, and I don't expect your average person to do that. I really don't. But I went walking at a local walking track and burned off 400 calories or so, and it put me back in the negative. And just it's like deposits and withdrawals in a checking account. Um, when you want to hit a certain goal, adjust it through exercise or food intake to meet your goal. And this is very doable because um, Livestrong, my app on my Android phone, Apple has a similar one, will tell you where you're at, and it's not hard to do. I mean, people pay their bills. They don't go negative in their checking account, and when they need more money, they work more. It's kind of like that. When you want to eat more, you exercise more. Walking, cycling, whatever you like. Push mowing. I done that yesterday and burned off a couple extra calories so I could have ice cream at the end of the day. I like double fudge ice cream. And the crazy thing is, like, okay, I'll give you this is a great example. I like beef and cheddar Arby's sandwiches, and they're 700 or 800 calories. I had one for breakfast the other morning with tea, which added about 300 calories because I drank 3 small glasses with ice, which is roughly around what a large tea at McDonald's would be, with not so much ice. And I always estimate my calories slightly high because losing more weight doesn't really punish you. I'm supposed to lose 2 pounds a week on the what I've set up for myself, and it gives me the amount of calories. And the more weight you lose, the less calories you get, which makes perfect sense because you're not carrying around as much weight, which means not as much energy is required, but you feel so much better. But anyway, I had a beef and cheddar for breakfast. Hadn't had one in years, or maybe not years, but it seems like it. But anyway, then I had another one at lunch, and I'm having like cereal bars in between. And they have some really great cereal bars out there with chocolate in them and almonds and peanuts. And people, a lot of people will say, "Well, how can you lose weight like that?" The idea is not to starve yourself. It really isn't. It's to have a level sugar level all day long. Having a sugar high makes me feel terrible when I go to sleep. If you have a big meal and you sleepy afterwards, you ate too much. And as you eat less and you're eating more small meals, I think your stomach gets smaller because I ate a relatively small meal the other day, company function, Christmas dinner, and I actually felt overfull after eating the meal, a little uncomfortable, but I didn't gain no weight, um, even though I went over like by 1,000 calories that day, because the day before I went cycling and I had 2,000 extra calories to burn, and I only ate 400 because I just didn't feel like eating anymore. And I thought, well, I'm gonna gain weight like crazy. I lost 9/10 of a pound that day because the day before I had 1,400 calories. That it's just and your weight is not gonna go straight down. It's gonna do the stair step. And sometimes it's gonna go back up because obviously if you haven't went to the bathroom, the weight is still in there. But this is very doable. Um, just yeah, there's so many online aids, and Belviq really gets the ball rolling. I mean, it really does. But you ain't gonna be on Belviq forever. Walk, cycle, do something to burn calories. Push mow. I actually done that yesterday. And I'm doing something that needs to be done, and the yard looks better, I think, after you push mow rather than ride lawnmower. But anyway, I'm gonna look at this and see if I can cut it down a little bit. I'm sure I'm dragging things out a bit. But 184.7, I'm going for 175 or 180. And I've got into so many clothes, and I can wear my older kids' clothes now. And I really like that. The only bad part is I can wear mine too, but that's okay. But I'm getting into clothes I haven't worn in years, and I don't even have to go shopping. I got into a pair of Carhartts yesterday. It was hung up. I bought them and thought, well, this will make me lose weight. This is like 3 or 4 years ago. It doesn't. You just forget about it and spent 50, 60 bucks on a pair of jeans that you can't wear. Um, Everything you put in your mouth has an effect. Food, drink, so on. It matters. And I'm an older parent. Me and my wife both are older parents, and basically, I want to be there for my kids, and that's kind of what's got my wife going. When they graduate high school, we're going to be in her, she'll be in her 60s. I'll be in my late 50s, and definitely want to be there for our twins. We have a large family. We have 7 boys, 5, 19 to 27, and then the twins are 7, and it's very doable. There's so many things out there to help you, from Belviq to apps through your Google Store, Livestrong, or Apple. But I'm gonna look at this, and good luck. You can do this.